Good morning. We were gossiping, is what we were doing. I made you a song and everything.
Oh, did you?
I actually made you a jingle. I'll play it at the end.
Play it at the end. Play it at the end.
There's nobody here yet because I've literally just clicked live, and normally I do it beforehand. We're talking to no one. We're talking to ourselves. So we'll wait for you all to come in.
I love that. Wait, let's see the people that come on.
It's a statement of everything.
Let's just wait.
Let's just wait for you to come in.
I don't want to start talking about anything until we've got a few eyes on it.
We'll just wait for you to come down.
Oh, 7, 8.
Yeah, they're all here. They're coming in slowly.
Nice.
Slowly but surely they're coming in.
Fabulous.
But it has just gone 12 o'clock.
Hello.
It's warm in here.
It is really warm.
It is. I might have to take the top off.
Oh, hello.
It's
that kind of show.
For those people that are here, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming back. Muted. Oh, no, it's because it's running that one. We're all good.
I was like, they can't hear all our little...
Hi, Adam, Helen, and everyone. Jackie's in. Morning, Jackie, lovely. I hope you're good and well. Also, mine's very delayed, just so you know. Very delayed, because it's all running from there. I'm back. I'm breathing. I'm here. I can walk again. We're all good. Good afternoon, Adam, Helen. Can see and hear you. This is what I like. This is why I like. I like all of them.
Who's that? Hello, Lisa.
This is our Lisa. She comes straight in, tells me the facts I need to know.
I love that you get the little message up as well, because my vision, even with specs, is awful. So being able to see it slightly larger than what's going on over the other side, which is much smaller for me.
And I've changed it as well. Is this easier black on white?
Yes, 100%.
Rather than what we normally have.
What would you normally have?
I can tell you. We can have this, you see.
Ooh, that's too white for me.
Too white.
Too much white, not enough colour.
Then we have it on the pink background.
That's okay too. Personally, I prefer this puppy.
We're going to stick with this.
It looks nice with the curvation, and then I can see the white with the black. Yeah, the curvation.
Love it. Yes, good afternoon. Helen has joined me.
Everyone.
Slight change to... Well, there is no change to plan because you didn't know the plan. I knew the plan. Slight change to what we was going to have planned. Today was going to be a walk around.
Oh.
But then...
The building,
just showing them around the building on my own. But I'm going to do that tomorrow because there's nobody in because it's bank holiday.
Do you know what I think you should do as well? Once you've done the walk around showing them, go back and then grab the footage and speed it up and then leave it as something so it's like really quick, because that's fun too.
That's what we'll do. Let's take Paul's message off, bless him. Phil's message is just sitting there. Good afternoon, lovelies. Hope you're feeling better. I will go through everything tomorrow about what was wrong with me. I'm perfectly fine now. It was plantar fasciitis is what it was. But we'll discuss it all. We'll discuss all that tomorrow. Because I've got Helen here talking all things Sweet Factory.
Yes.
And I'll also talk about what happened last week I banged on here that I was presenting. I'm presenting. I'll see you at 5, live at 5. Join me. Come and join me. And then Dave appeared.
Oh.
So everyone thought I was ill.
Oh, no.
It was just one of those double bookings. And I'm still the new boy.
Yeah.
So I handed the platter over to Dave.
You have to be willing to take a step back sometimes.
And Dave walked in with his lunch, got himself comfy.
What's he have for lunch?
I don't know, he had some little bowl thing and he weren't,
nice.
I don't think he was moving. Oh. You know when they're planted?
Yep, it's me.
He was down and I was stood up with my bag on. So I let him have it. And then I drove home and then my foot was bad anyway. So it all worked out. It all worked out. But we are together today. I am live at 5 over on the telly. Costume change and everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not wearing this.
Because you've got a label.
Because I've got brands on here and you can't really see.
Hit my hand on the table, by the way. If you guys didn't hear that, it really hurt. Sorry. Yes, you can't obviously have.
You can't see. I can't have brands on, but I can have brands on here because I know it's warm in this room. That's why I wear shorts.
It's really warm.
It's getting warmer and warmer. So let's talk. Oh, I've had that awful. Hobbling and grunting and groaning. I was crawling, literally. But we'll talk about it tomorrow because it's just me and you. There's no cat tomorrow. There's no one. It's just me and you. So we'll do woes tomorrow. You are here for Sweet Factory.
Yes. So at 3 o'clock with Dave, and that will be self-adhesive vinyl.
Lovely.
And then 7 o'clock with the lovely Adam. Not that Dave isn't lovely. He's lovely too. I don't know why I didn't say the lovely Dave.
How's Dave digging down the hole?
Bless him.
He took my shift. He's not lovely.
He is lovely. He's fabulous. The fabulous
lovely.
Dave at 3, the lovely Adam at 7, and we will do self-adhesive at 3 and heat transfer at 7. But if you are a sort of fan of one or the other, do tune in for both, because you'll see that there is cross-pollination. So if you've been doing self-adhesive all your crafty life, there is cross-pollination to heat transfer vinyl. And if you've done heat transfer vinyl, there is cross-pollination to self-adhesive. So please do tune in for both. And anyone who knows me knows that I love to cut my vinyl. So I will have my scan and cut, so I'll show you how that works. But obviously, particularly with the self-adhesive, you can use dyes that you've got. You can use a pair of scissors if you want to. So there is something here for everybody.
There is. So the QR code that is now on screen, just down here, will take you to the Hobby Maker. The Hobby Maker website. I'm on edge. So we've all been talking this morning. I'm on edge, and this wait till I get on TV. So this here will take you to the Hobby Maker page onto the website where some of this you can get now, but some of it is also brand new. But so we'll tell you the new stuff that you can't buy till the show. But most of what we're going to show you now is already available.
So I bet what I did, obviously we're selling a lot of vinyl. There's a lot of spectrum of colours. There's a lot of spectrum of designs. There's different finishes. So obviously there's a lot. I just took a kind of overview so I can sort of show you a little bit of a difference between the two. So something that we are very proud of at Sweet Factory, extremely proud of, and this is something I push a lot because I really, really love it, is we have matte self-adhesive vinyl. Now, when I say the reason we push it so well is everything that you get from Sweet Factory is amazing quality.
True.
And that's important. That's important for me as a crafter. That's important for them as a brand. But also, we like to give you things that maybe that you've seen from other companies where they've charged you a bit more to get a particular finish and things like a design or something like that. And that's not what we're about. If you want to go with gloss, brilliant. If you want to go with matte, brilliant. You've got that option. You don't have to choose between the two. And matte, so let me just show you. This is one of the, you can see we've got a lot, but this is our matte finish. And this, have I got a black in gloss? But I do, it's just here. Oh no, that's matte as well. So this is our gloss finish as well. So you can see that you get that slightly more shine on the gloss, and then obviously because it's matte, it's much more of a duller look. But it's really unique because I love working together. It's really nice, isn't it? I love working together with both of them. I've got some here, for example. Oh, let's show you this one because I'm super proud of this.
This is amazing.
So I sat yesterday and went and made a little Hobby Maker sign. This isn't any kind of official sign. I didn't scan it from anywhere. I literally just looked at some letters that looked similar. So you'll see here that the strip of colour is gloss, but the lettering is matte. And I just think the gloss is really pretty, but I just think you get a kind of sophisticated look when you go with that matte finish. And if anyone's wondering, this little paint splat at the back, again, this is what's wonderful about Sweet Factory vinyl. The plain colours are the same colour all the way through. So actually I stuck it back to front, but you can still get the white coming through. So that's wonderful. And this is acrylic. Self-adhesive absolutely goes on acrylic. If we are talking about the kind of differences between the two, there is cross-pollination, but something like acrylic, you wouldn't put heat transfer vinyl on that because you're using heat to make it reactive.
Okay.
You could, I mean, acrylic's quite thick to be fair, but you could end up making it bubble or burn or something like that, and you don't want that. So something like acrylic, you're going to go with your self-adhesive, but then something, for example, like this. Ooh, there goes my little wood star. Something, for example, like this is fabric. You wouldn't want to stick self-adhesive on this. You'd want the heat transfer vinyl. And this is a fun little technique, which I will show on the show, where you put the heat transfer vinyl and then use it as a resist. So it's quite a fun thing to do with the little ones as well.
Yeah,
go on.
Differences.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ed. Oh, Ed's
Hello.
watching.
Hi.
Do you remember Ed?
Hey, yes, of course. How are you?
Do you remember him?
Ages.
He's bus driver now.
Oh, I know.
If you ever need a bus from
Nice
Peterborough,
work.
he's there. The iron-on one,
Heat transfer vinyl.
does that crack? You know when you wear like sportswear and you start getting that the crackage, the little seed. Does it do that on fabric or not?
That's an absolutely amazing question, and this is where again Sweet Factory separate themselves from other brands of vinyl on the market. So you can absolutely buy heat transfer vinyl that you are putting on something, for example, like this. Something like that you saw, the idea is it's a wall hanging. So probably once you've finished doing whatever you're doing to it, you're going to put that on a wall and you're never going to touch it again.
True, that's true.
So this wouldn't necessarily need to be a fabric flexible heat transfer vinyl. However, something like...
If I was doing like crafty clock hoodies.
Yeah, exactly. Or something like this.
Oh, here we go.
So this is a little T-shirt. Something like this, especially if it's going with a child, they're going to be moving, they're going to be running, they're going to be jumping, you're going to be washing it, things like that. What you need there is you need a fabric flex. Now, what happens usually with vinyl is you can buy a heat transfer vinyl that is for the standalone thing that you're not going to touch. You can then pay, and usually a little bit more, to get one that's going to be used on sportswear or T-shirts or trousers and stuff like that. And it's called a fabric flex.
Okay.
But they usually charge you more for that. But what's wonderful about Sweet Factory is why? Why do you need to do that? Why not just make all of our heat transfer vinyl fabric flex? It's all fabric flex. And when I say it's all fabric flex, it's not going to affect the non-things that you don't need it for. That's almost obsolete. It doesn't matter. But the things that you do need it for, it's going to be wonderful on, and you've already got it.
No. So I don't know. Some man promoting other channels. You're more than welcome to, but not on my craft o'clock.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much on that one.
Wowza.
Yeah. We won't be having that. I don't mind you talking about it, but I've not been told what I can and can't say, so that's a Liam and Andy question. So we won't be promoting anything in the chat at the moment.
Anyway, well, stop promoting on my time, people.
Yeah, exactly. I've now lost all comments.
Should I?
Well, someone asked, and I can't remember because I've now
they've gone.
one person has messed up my entire chat
bless you.
that we've got on here. I know it's not. It may be on the website, but I know we've got on the show. Do Sweet Factory do reflective vinyl?
Reflective as in things that you'd need for safety?
I think so, yeah.
That isn't something that we do sell. Okay, so that safety vinyl is not something we sell. I will talk to them because they are a family-run business. I know them very, very well. I work for them every day on their Instagram, so we have a great communication. So I can absolutely talk to them. The thing with that is that's a safety thing. So obviously it's a different issue in terms of. So we would definitely talk about it. We do sell fluorescent.
It may have been that. Phil,
so-
put your message back in for me. As I say, I've lost all messages thanks to one person. Everything has disappeared. So was it reflective or was it fluorescent?
Yeah, so we do sell fluorescent, so like neon-esque. Absolutely, we do. In terms of something that you'd put on a safety jacket, that is not something
totally
that we
different,
say. Yeah, that's not something we have. But look, I'm going to ask the question because if someone's interested in that, you never know.
Once again, put that back. I think it was Phil. Phil, put your question back in. As I say, I have lost everything chat-wise now. So I don't know what, if you're chatting, please do just comment something so I can see it's there. And anybody out. Oh, here we go. Hi. Oh, here we go. Hi, Adam and Helen. So looking forward to your show today, Helen.
Oh, thank you.
Been waiting to get into using vinyl.
Oh, fabulous.
So we'll be taking notes.
Yeah.
So, Samantha, let's pick up on this for a second. What do you want to do? Because this is what we can do on Craft O'Clock. We can sort of guide her to the vinyl that she needs.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at doing? Is it T-shirts? Is it vases? Is it windowscapes on your scan and cut? Let us know and Helen will put you in the right direction.
So vinyl is something, so people who know me probably know that the route within which I got into craft was via the scan and cut. And obviously a cutting machine is...
It's reflective.
Yeah, is out there to be used with vinyl.
Jill.
I mean, you can absolutely, so this, just to say, you can absolutely die cut the self-adhesive vinyl. This is a die cut.
One on the other head.
This is, of course, sorry.
No, it's me.
This is a die cut sort of image.
Coloured.
And then, so I have coloured it in. So I've used it as a resist, and then I've coloured it in with alcohol markers, and there's no fear of going over the edge because the vinyl works. So if you're anything like me, who goes over the lines, because I always do, having something like this is really fun because it acts as that sort of stoppage for you. And then the Thanks is also a die. I'm not sure whose die either of them are, but they're dies that I had in my stash. And so you can absolutely die cut self-adhesive vinyl. I would recommend though, don't die cut heat transfer vinyl. You absolutely can. I just would say that it doesn't give you the detailed look that you would love from a die cutting machine, that you would come to expect from a die cutting machine. So I would personally recommend using some form of a cutting machine, a Silhouette, Cricut, Scan and Cut, whatever you've got. But if you are thinking, well, I want to include my dies, I would go with the self-adhesive vinyl. That would be my opinion for you.
Samantha's got back. Thank you so much. She's got a Cricut and would like to make bags, T-shirts and makeup bags, etc. So which show does she need to sort of pay more attention to?
So please tune in for both. But
obviously.
No, but seriously, for something like T-shirts, makeup bags and things like that, you're going to use heat transfer vinyl. The idea is that a fabric...
Is that 7? Is that me and you?
Yes, that's you
So
and
it'd be
I.
tonight. It'd be 7 o'clock. Tune into the 3 because that's got the other one on. But if you're focusing on bags, t-shirt, makeup bags, and things like that, and you want to do things like this, it'll be the 7 o'clock show where we'll go into more detail. I'm guessing.
Absolutely. And if I just show you, we'll bring this over the top. You'll see here. This is something again that Sweet Factory do really well. Is they've got patterned heat transfer vinyl as well. So at the back is your metallic, and then you've got camouflage, you've got rose, and things like that. So this would be your heat transfer vinyl. You wouldn't want to put self-adhesive vinyl on fabric because it would peel off. I mean, if you were doing, like, say, for example, if you had, which actually is quite a fun idea, if you've got like a party or you've got little ones and stuff like that, you could absolutely put their names on with self-adhesive because it would peel off. But yes, absolutely. But also things like this as well. I will tell you, I talk fast because I'm so excited about the vinyl. Again, this is something you don't always see. This is the mat, which I love. And the mat you can draw on. So these are permanent pens, and I've just drawn onto the mat. So that is a piece of matte vinyl, and then you can add extra things to it as well, which is super exciting.
Is the self-adhesive vinyl, is that weatherproof is the wrong word, but is it weatherproof? Like if I did bin numbers and things like that, I wanted it.
Yeah, it's not really made for outside. You could use it, but obviously there would be. Sorry?
Do I Mod Podge over the top?
You could do that, or you could, replace it once it gets a bit weathered. We do have it so that you can use it outside, and it doesn't, it won't, like the colour won't come out for quite a few years. But I would recommend a weathered vinyl. But you absolutely can. And of course, if the thing is, if you're getting the vinyl and you're putting your number 10 or whatever on your bin, Mr. Prime Minister, you might just want to replace it after a while.
No, Phil, it wasn't you. Phil, I thought you were the question. But you wasn't. Yes. It was Jill was the question. You haven't put anything on. There was somebody else.
No, someone else.
That put something else on. Playing Funny Buggers is what they were. Trying to promote other things, which I don't mind promoting. I don't mind promoting other things. You know me well enough by now, but there are certain things at the moment I'm not allowed to talk about. From there, you could do.
Look at this. So I want to talk about this again because I think it's really important.
This is amazing.
So this is an image that is available on the vinyl blade that comes with the scan and cut. Okay, so that's where I got it from. But obviously you can get lots of images from lots of different places online. But what's wonderful about this now, as you look at it, you would assume that I have stuck it on the glass this way.
Yeah.
Because that would be what you'd expect. But actually, if you touch it, there's no vinyl at all. It's the inside. And so because this is going to go out and it may be affected by dust and things like that, being able to have a vinyl that the colour is all the way through is what's so special. And can I just say how amazing is this vinyl? Because look how thin those lines are. And there is no divots, there's no cuts. It looks incredible. And that is what's important with Sweet Factory. We want to make sure that your vinyl is as craftable as possible. What you want to create, we want to be able to give you the vinyl to do that.
Lisa says she has a Cricut Joy extra and would like to do the same as Samantha, so to make bags and t-shirts and stuff. I only use it for cutting cards. I'm sure you can use it on most machines.
I believe, don't correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, but I use a scan and cut, but I believe the Cricut Joy is the smaller one.
I think it is.
Where you push the material in without a mat, and I do believe you should be able to use ours. You might have to just cut it down to size because I think that the Cricut Joy is a little bit smaller than, and obviously ours is A4. But I think actually you can get mats for those as well. Can I also say, because I think that's a really good point.
Say away.
Don't just think that your vinyl has to go on, your home decor. Don't think of it just for that. If you are somebody who is, like me, just goes, when you've got like a thin element and you don't want to have to use glue. So this is self-adhesive stuck onto vellum, and obviously there's no spurting of glue.
Nice.
There's no glue underneath. You don't have to worry about seeing it because obviously the self-adhesive vinyl is completely within the image, so the glue's not going to spurt out. The same with the sentiment that has been die cut and then sent and stuck onto a piece of card. So you could, it goes on card. You can go onto plastic. So, and I have a little trick. So I've been working with Sweet Factory now, I think, for nearly 2 years.
Lovely.
And I have developed over the time because I do I do their Instagram. So I post on videos on there pretty much every day. They have something on their Instagram every single day, and their Facebook, sorry. And I've learned a few tricks over the time. Now, my eyes, if your eyes are anything like mine, they are shocking. And I do not see straight lines properly. That's part of what my eye issue is. And so being able to put the word shampoo onto the outside edge and making sure that, as you can see, it's the same here as it is there.
Yeah.
I would never be able to do that like this. But I got a little trick that makes it super, super easy. So stick around for that. And that will be in the 3 o'clock show.
There we go.
But also start to think about, you're making your own decorations and stuff like that. So don't just think that you can't use these materials together. So that, ultimately, if you were doing it on wood, people usually would use self-adhesive. But I think especially something like this that maybe is going to be hanging around for a while, using something like heat transfer means that it's just got that little bit more of a longevity if it's going to get touched and stuff like that.
Sarah, lovely, you may have to log out and log back in again. She says, I've just started watching the stream, but you keep skipping for me, missing what you've been said. Go out, come back in, or try, depending on what stream you're watching it on. It's on the Hobbymaker YouTube, it's on Humphreys Live YouTube, it's on Hobbymaker Facebook, and it's also on my Facebook as well. So go and have a little look. Jill says, is it suitable for car art? I.e., will it stay stuck on?
This is not graded for cars. Sorry, no, this is not vinyl graded for cars.
There you go. So no is the answer.
Okay, so this is your craft vinyl. So everything that you would expect to do it, obviously, and more. But no, everything. But then things like car vinyl, I think that's something different. They use different wrappings and stuff like that. It's more of a permanent self-adhesive vinyl. This is permanent, but it's, again, not for weathering.
Makes sense.
Again, you've got things like slate. So again, what's really important is, like I said, the cross-pollination. Obviously, you can put self-adhesive on slate if you want to, or you can use heat transfer vinyl. It really kind of depends what sort of thing you want to work with, what you feel more comfortable. Oh, no, that's got bent. And then we go. So things like this, like maybe you're going to a hen do, so you're making your own. This was a super inexpensive, and when I say inexpensive, it was uber cheap from a website where people get lots of things delivered. And this, I just added this, and it kind of elevates it. So now it's a fun little decoration for a hen do or something.
I was genuinely looking for bows the other day like this, and they had it was a pencil. So they had the rubber this end, the old American pencils.
Yeah.
It had a rubber one end and it had the pencil the other end for when Molly goes back to school.
Oh, cute. I like that.
But you were talking nearly £6 a bow.
Absolutely.
And she wears 2 in her hair some day, and I'm not tight, but for the amount of time she uses them, she takes them out soon. I know she takes them out the minute she gets to school. I know she does. She only wears them for me. And then at the minute she goes around the corner, I see her taking them out. But you can start making things like this. Lisa says a good question as well. I'd like to start making keyrings, but wouldn't even know where to start.
Oh, okay. That's
so where would we start with a keyring?
So can I just bring these
in what you want.
show you? Again, when it comes to keyrings, it depends on what kind of keyring you're looking for. So there are key rings out in the market like this. So these are acrylic circles, which again, the same shop that I got that bow from, I got these from.
The Amazonia?
The one near the Nile, yeah?
Yeah, Amazonia.
So something like this, you would use self-adhesive because it's acrylic. But if you, and I don't have one, but if you are thinking of making like people sell like little leather stars or those little leather sort of flip over things that you hold your keys with, those you'd want to use heat transfer vinyl. You wouldn't want to use self-adhesive. So think about it. If it's acrylic, acetate, any kind of plasticky stuff, you go in self-adhesive. If it's fabric like cotton or denim or faux leather, things like that, felt, it goes on felt as well.
Does it?
Yes, it does. I've got something here that is felty. So felt, things like that, go with your heat transfer. Other things like the slate, the china, wood, that's more a personal choice what you want to or what you think you're going to be doing with it. I would say though, please, 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 if you are going with slate or porcelain, they are reactive heat. They react to heat, and you do need heat to make the heat transfer vinyl. So either start out using your self-adhesive and progress to the heat transfer vinyl, or get yourself some good heat-resistant gloves, okay? Because they do react with heat.
Question.
Yep.
From me.
Okay.
With the heat vinyl, how are we applying heat? Have a drink first. I.e., if we're doing it on, let's keep it simple, then we'll upgrade it. So if we're doing it on, say, my choice, I've got some slate coasters.
Okay.
Slate coasters, the big ones and the small ones. I put my heat vinyl on because I've gone heat vinyl because I'm making t-shirts in the background.
Okay.
Is it a heat gun? Is it an iron? Is it a tea towel over the top and then iron it on?
Two things. Slate, as I said, it reacts real quick with heat, so you don't need it to be as high as you would maybe for something like fabric, which takes a little bit longer.
Okay.
What I would suggest is you can absolutely use a heat gun. You can absolutely use an iron. You can absolutely use what's called a heat press, which is a craft tool for adding fabric to material. The issue with using a heat gun is it takes a bit longer, and obviously you're holding it. So this is applied with a heat gun. This reason I did that is because at the time I didn't have a curving iron, or this was too curved to use a flat iron. So this is a heat gun, but it took longer, and I was holding it for much longer. So I wouldn't 100% recommend it. You can, but I wouldn't 100% recommend it. When it comes to using an iron, you absolutely can, but parts of irons are not as hot as other parts of the iron. You'll find that in an iron, usually the inside is more hot than the outside. If you are going to use an iron, don't ever use the steam. So turn your steam off. And again, remember, when you're putting heat transfer vinyl on anything, it's a press and push motion rather than an ironing motion. So obviously you are going to push down on your iron as you do it. So what I'd recommend, maybe to start out, use your conventional iron, but just be aware of the fact that not all the parts of your iron are going to be as hot as others. And sometimes the temperature doesn't go as high as you need to go on certain materials. But what I would recommend is definitely a heat press, which is specific to using it with heat transfer vinyl. There is absolutely loads on the market. I have a large one and a small one. Both of mine are from Cricut, but I know there are lots of brands on the market that work just as well as the Cricut heat presses.
That big square one?
I've got that, yeah.
Is that a heat press?
Yes.
Oh,
and what's wonderful about that is you can actually set it to a temperature and also a certain amount of time. And you will see on like Cricut's website, they will have lists of what timing they recommend for what you're putting it on. I've also used the mini that has 3 tones of heat, and I find that works just as well. I keep it low for certain things and I keep it high for certain things. I would recommend not going straight in with hot, because if you are putting heat transfer vinyl, say on, for example, on a t-shirt, sometimes you can reactivate the heat if you hold the glue, if you hold it too long, and it can start peeling away. So just, keep it at a medium heat and the pressure on, test it, and then if you need to, go back over it. I also would recommend, I don't know if we're selling it on this show, but Sweet Factory sell what's called silicone paper. I would highly, highly recommend using their silicone paper for heat transfer vinyl. And the reason I say this is I know a lot of people put like fabric over the top. And then heat over the fabric. No, that's transfer tape. This one, I think it's that one. Is it? Oh, no, that's Picard. No. So I would recommend using silicone paper over a material, because remember, the heat's got to go through the material to then get to what you're heating up. And that's like a whole longer time that you're going to do it. So I would definitely recommend the silicone paper. If we haven't got it, I'm hoping maybe we can get it next time.
That's a real shame. Oh, no. I've froze my laptop now. Look at us. Look the way we froze.
That's like a really cool picture.
I don't think we've actually froze though.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm blurbing you with a lot of information, but what's really, just have some fun with vinyl. It's really fun, and you will find the more you use it, the more you like to do it. Start out by maybe making yourself some fun little t-shirts or a fun little tote bag, or, take a wooden slate and put your family surname on it or something like that. It's really fun, and you will see the more you use it,
you're doing well.
The more that you will sort of play along with it. I mean, we've got so much different colours. We've got a spectrum of colours, so there's lots that you can play with. We've got lots of different. So we've got glitter for the self-adhesive. We've got pattern for the heat transfer vinyl. There's a lot of fun, but get yourself maybe the starter kit to begin with. We've got a starter kit. Purchase that, have some play. watch us on Instagram. Go and have a look. You know, we show little tips and tricks. We show projects that you could be creating as well. You know, so it's really fun. And vinyl is a really fun medium to play with.
Question.
Yep.
I tried to be really clever and search for stuff, which means I shouldn't really do that. I should have left it as it was. But I took a photo of the question.
Oh, okay.
Before we left. Will the stick-on adhesive vinyl stick to painted surfaces? I have some old candle jars that I want to paint with acrylic and then add decals on top.
Right. So absolutely it will stick to acrylic paint. Just be aware that when you are using self-adhesive vinyl, especially in, was it a pot?
Jars.
Jars. So
Candle jars.
They are curved, you know, I assume most of them are. So just be aware that when you're painting with acrylic, you usually get like lumps and stuff on your acrylic. And then the self-adhesive's got to kind of stick. So just be aware of any kind of air bubbles that you might get from that. But you get yourself a little tool, like a little scrapey tool or something, and that will help to kind of burnish down that self-adhesive. Or if that worries you, pop the self-adhesive on first and then do your painting and things around the self-adhesive.
Phil has then said, for car stickers used on windows, would it be possible to use a clear carrier sheet with the adhesive on the vinyl itself to allow it to be stuck to the inside of the window?
Again, you can, I have to tell you that it's craft vinyl. That's just part of, you know, I'm a demonstrator. I don't want you thinking this is industrial sized, you know, for what, you know, I don't know, Quick Fit or something we'll put on a car. Is Quick Fit even still a company? I don't know. But anyway, so you
can't get quicker than a Quick Fitter.
Perfect. So if you want to give it a go, you absolutely can. But this is craft vinyl, so it may start to peel off and things like that. In terms of, I think, the other half of the question, the transfer tape, I would always recommend using transfer tape to move your vinyl from the carrier sheet to the project. Always 100% would recommend that, because what happens is vinyl, just like stickers and things that you get, they can sometimes start curling up, especially if they've got thin pieces. So they'll curl up on themselves and it will be ruined. So always use a transfer tape.
We did well. No one noticed.
Oh,
so
yay!
I had to reset everything. Let me stick the QR code and we'll show some more samples as well as we go. So the QR code that's currently on your screen at the moment will take you to the Hobby Maker website. That website has all the vinyl on, but not the new stuff. What is the new stuff? So let's talk about what's new today on the show.
Okay, yeah. Let me pop that back. So we've got the mat. So you may have seen our self-adhesive vinyl before. We've had shows with it before. I think Dawn was the demonstrator and she used vinyl that was gloss. So we've got gloss vinyl. And that's the one that you've got that gorgeous shine on. So this is our shades of red. With most of the collections, you're going to get 10 sheets and 5 of each colour. So 2 of each colour, 5 each. Wow, blah, blah, blah. 10 sheets, 5 colours, 2 of each colour.
There
Thank you. Reverse it back. But obviously some packs are slightly different. But this one is your gloss. This one is your matte.
I love the matte.
With this one, you're getting white and black matte. And nice. I will tell you my personal choice. I didn't realise this a lot, but I realised that I use black a lot. I clearly favour the black vinyl. So I definitely recommend getting that. But don't be like me. Try some other things. You've also got things like this, which is our glitter.
Oh, here we go.
So this is where I said to you, most of the packs are 10 sheets. These are glitter, so these aren't 10 sheets in each. But you're getting red and pink. Yep. So you've got red and pink. I don't think it's very lovely together.
These, what we show you so far, are all self-adhesive?
These are all self-adhesive, absolutely. Okay. And so this one is your glitter and shimmer. So when it says glitter, you've got the clear sort of glitter here, but then you've got a shimmer one, which has just got a slight shine where the glitter is actually almost the same colour as the colour of the vinyl. So that is your self-adhesive. So you've seen the heat transfer vinyl before in our standard colours, but now what we've got is things like our patterns.
Look at this.
So you've got your silver, and again, here you see fabric flex as standard. So you've got things like the glitter here, which is really cool, sort of confetti, stripes, which makes my eyes go a bit funny. And then the sort of standard glitter. And again, that's the same with the gold. We've also got slightly different ones. So this one I never know what they call it. They call it over the rainbow, but I call it the petrol one.
It's like petrol
because
in a
this
puddle.
reminds me of let me see if I can put some white behind it to make it sort of show a little bit more.
Oh my, look at
So
that.
it is like petrol.
If I do that with, it would be a bigger picture as well.
Yeah, it is like petrol, what you see when you've seen sort of that. So, and then you've got this one.
That's nice.
Sort of your standard glitter, stripes without glitter, and then a sort of drippy one.
What show are these on?
So this is the patterned with the roses, the patterned with that is the heat transfer vinyl, and that will be with me and Adam at 7 o'clock. The glitter, self-adhesive, and the matte and gloss, this is all self-adhesive, so that will be me and Dave at 3 o'clock.
There you go. So Dave is on at 3. I am back on the channel this evening. I generally am. Dave's doing the first half. I'm doing the second half from 5 o'clock. Vinyl, sorry, not paper. You're fine, Tina. I understood what you meant. That you've got on this one. But look at what you can achieve. It's these little touches, isn't it, that just
Absolutely
elevate, even if you're not making businesses.
I would always suggest if you're doing something nice and bubbly like this, go with the patterned, because you really see it in the slightly thicker lettering. I mean, I just think that is so cool. It's sort of disco.
It really is.
Yeah.
So none of these, some of them are available on this QR code. I will also drop the link into the chat for you that you've got. So you definitely need to come back and recheck the website to make sure they're there, because not all of them are on there yet. No. Some of them are on there. So is there anything else that we need with this? So if I'm buying this today, obviously we need some. Do we need a scan and cut or a Cricut? So what? Give me a shopping list of the stuff I need.
Okay, so which one?
We'll do both. So let's go for self-adhesive first of all.
Self-adhesive, absolutely. You can cut it with dies, you can cut it with scissors, punches, things like that. You create stickers out of it. So if you are not ready to invest in a cutting machine yet, you can absolutely die cut it and it works just as well. The process of attaching it to your item is slightly different, but I will show you both on the show, hopefully, if we get time. I would recommend transfer tape. Now, I do believe
that is on
one
there,
of the we've got one of the, so you get it on its own, but also if you go with the essential pack, which is the black, white, silver and gold, you do get some of the reusable transfer tape with it.
Okay.
And so the transfer tape, what that's going to do, and it 100% is reusable. Please don't use it once and chuck it away. I've still use it when it's got like my brother's dog's hair on it and I'm still going for it and it's fine. So that will help you so for example, let's just look at Helen here.
Yeah, do you want me to put it on the
This is quite thin. What it will do is when it cuts it, if you're cutting it as a die cut, it becomes a sticker, so even harder sometimes to transfer across. Or if you're cutting it on a machine, you have to weed out the waste. Now, weeding out the waste means that we're going to take the centre of the L, the centre of the E. We're going to remove that because we don't need that for our project, and that is called weeding. And then you use the transfer tape to take it from where it's been cut and transfer it to your project, and then you just peel away. And so I would totally recommend some of that.
Is that all we need for self-adhesive? So a decent set of dies and the essential pack, because it's got your reusable in the background, and just something to stick onto.
Yep, and then perhaps I would recommend a pair of tweezers or something like that just to help you weed out any waste.
And I know they're not on the show, but maybe it's something to go back with. Do they do a tool set?
Yes, we do a tool set, and I do think we bought it once before, so I don't know if it's still on the website. But again, yes, we do absolutely do a tool set, which has got a lot of essentials. But if you are starting out, I can highly recommend just a little tool that's got a hook on the end or a pair of sharp end tweezers. You know, you may find that you'll want to invest in other things later on. I know some people who are starting out, instead of having a burnishing tool, they use an old like gift card. That will work as well. So don't think you have to have a load of materials, a load of things to get started. There is things like anything that there's always things that you can use in a bit of a replacement.
Phil has asked, would the solid colours go through a printer?
To print onto? I wouldn't suggest doing it on the gloss. That wouldn't take any, that would rub off. If it were permanent ink, you could definitely give it a go on the matte. Just be aware that obviously vinyl has the adhesive and a paper backing, so it's obviously quite thick. I've never tried it myself. As I showed you with the card, I have absolutely drawn on it with a permanent pen. So I'm not saying you can't, but I've never done it myself.
Maybe just do a little corner. I wouldn't use a whole sheet just in case, but maybe try a little corner. I'm guessing you'd have to let it dry for a while.
So again, when it comes to drawing with the permanent pen, I just, once I've drawn it, I kind of just pop it to the side while I'm prepping the rest of my card and then bring it and give it a moment because obviously, it needs a moment to dry. But
so give it a go, Phil. Genuinely,
if you do it, Phil, I'd love you to go onto the Sweet Factory Arts and Craft Instagram page on any of the projects and just comment underneath how you found it. That would be really interesting because it isn't something I've tried, but that sounds very interesting.
Or if you've got some now, try it and let us know. We've got about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
So let us know now, or let us know during the show.
Yeah,
let us know during
absolutely.
the show later.
Yeah, of course.
So that's for self-adhesive.
Yeah.
So let's move on for the people like Samantha, Lisa. What do I need? There's many of you others. Well, there's two names I could just remember. If I'm going into the
heat transfer,
what do I need?
So when it comes to the heat transfer vinyl, it's kind of one of those things. You absolutely can send it through die cutting machines, but I personally wouldn't recommend it. It wouldn't be something that I'd say you'd want to do. If you are going with the heat transfer vinyl, get yourself a cutting machine, an electronic cutting machine. Like I said, my machine of choice is Scan and Cut, but a Cricut, a Silhouette, whatever. I would recommend that because a die, heat transfer vinyl is much thicker and more solid than your self-adhesive vinyl. So I just would recommend that. So let's say you have one of those. You're going to go with that. You will want some silicone paper that, I don't know if it's on the website, but you might be able to get some from somewhere else. But some silicone paper, the reason I say that is I know a lot of people put like a scrap piece of fabric over heat transfer vinyl, but I personally wouldn't recommend that because you're sending the heat through two things instead of just getting directly to where it needs to be. Whereas
silicone paper?
Again, greaseproof paper I feel has a coating, so you might find that putting heat on it would react to that. I don't know. I don't personally use it. I use silicone paper because it's completely it's got nothing on it, so it's just literally protecting your project. And then what you will need is either conventional iron or a heat press and something to put it on. I would also recommend, now I don't have it here, you'll see it on the show, I have this little pad that again you can buy from the place that's near the Nile, and it's just a pad that you put your thing on so it protects your table or desk or whatever you're working on from the heat. But if you're not ready to purchase that, you could always do all your work on an ironing board.
No, so it's got something to sort of sit on, rather than a hard surface. It's got something to, like a wool mat.
Yeah, so the idea is it's just protecting. What you'll find is if you use heat, sometimes you get like that sort of sweatiness on your desk because it's creating condensation, and you don't want that.
You don't want the sweatiness. You don't want
also, and I will show you this on the show because I think it's really important. When you cut your self-adhesive, so if you're cutting it with a die or you're cutting it with your cutting machine, you cut from the top. So you put my hand is your die. You put it over there, you cut through it just like you would a piece of card. If you are using heat transfer vinyl though, you always cut from the back. So you flip your image and you cut from the back, always. And if you're using something like a Scan and Cut, you have what's called a whisper cut or a kiss cut. I would recommend that with heat transfer vinyl as well, because it just makes it easier later when you're going to weed it.
See, and these are the information we know. Hannah says making husband's graphic T-shirts with the Cricut was how she got into the world of crafting.
Oh, fabulous.
I was thinking this morning, I would like craft clock T-shirts. Then I haven't got to worry about what I wear.
Be cool.
Be like a uniform.
Yeah, nice.
Rather than I have to go through my wardrobe and go, oh, I wore that last week.
You've got a Scan and Cut, haven't you?
I have.
So can you
I
do
could
yourself?
make one.
Because the thing is, this image that you see that I did, the hobby maker.
I could make a crafted clock one.
This is just a font that exists on. So if you use the Scan and Cut, or
we could make this.
Well, you'd have to find a font that was. So how I did this was I found a font that was similar to the. But because you are here, you might even be able to speak to whoever does the graphics here, and you could scan it, the actual craft a clock in black into your Scan and Cut it that way. But obviously I didn't have the access to that. So I just found two fonts that looked very similar to the logo for Hobby Maker, and then a little strip at the bottom, because I'm lazy, guys, and my measurement is rubbish, I just cut the orange at the size I needed, put the other colours over the top and trimmed it.
Makes sense, though. It works. So the red's about 3 inches thick, to be honest, with all the other colours that are there. It's a good place to start, though. So let's go through help and support, because I'm conscious of the time, because they need the YouTube feedback.
Okay.
If we buy anything today from the 3 o'clock show, or we're definitely going to buy something from the 7 o'clock show, because that's what we do. Because we all want.
Remember, it's two different vinyls, though. Okay.
2 different shows. So I've got heat vinyl.
Yeah.
So for t-shirts, bags, things like that. Dave at 3 has got
the self-adhesive.
Everything else.
So the sticky.
The stickers. So if you want to make stickers and you want to make cards, it's with Dave. If you want to make clothing, if you want to make key rings, put them on tote bags. So that must be out. Well, yeah, you can put them on.
I'm pretty sure that's probably heat transfer vinyl on that bag. Yeah.
And our hobby maker ones. That's the way to do it. So that's the way to get into it. So it's 2 different shows. Once we've bought it, though, we get it home, like Samantha and Lisa. They're right, I've got the crickets, I've got the ideas. Is there anywhere for help and support once I get this home?
You can absolutely either go to the Sweet Factory Arts and Crafts website. They have a website and they have a contact us section. But if you want sort of more direct and quicker, I would definitely recommend going on our social media. As I said, I'm on there pretty much every day putting posts up of different, the hands that you see are mine. And so I pretty much put stuff on there. So if you comment on any of the posts, we'll see it. And it's always fun. And also it's a nice community. So if you want to share things that you've created with Sweet Factory Vinyl, pop it in the comments. We'd love to see it.
What are we searching for on social?
Sweet Factory Arts and Crafts. Just so you know, the reason that the company is called Sweet Factory, just a little bit of history. So it is a family-run business that's been going since 2020. And the reason that it's called Sweet Factory is because it is their factory is in an old sweet shop factory.
Cute.
Yeah, near Tyne and Wear.
Oh, north. Newcastle way.
I am so hot.
It is warm now. We're finishing now. Or are you just saying that like, I'm so hot. I know all the stuff.
Well, no, you know why I know it, Adam. Because I've got a notebook.
The book that has been pitched last time you were here. The book has been pitched to Scott. So the book is there.
So funny.
Mrs. BD.
Oh, cool name.
New name. Not seen this before. Just found you on here. Is this a regular thing? Heard info vinyl.
Handy info.
Oh, handy info, not hardy info. Handy info and vinyl as I'm new to using.
Oh, I'm so glad it's helpful. Thank you.
Yes, we are here every day apart from the end of the week. I'm here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 12 o'clock. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Not every day.
So not every day. Feels like every day. Think about travelling I do. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Every week I am here. The only time I'm taking a day off is the 14th of September because it's Molly's birthday.
Oh, nice.
And we're staying at home. And I thought it's unfair to travel on a birthday. So we're not doing that.
And it was very nice of the team at Craft O'Clock because we were originally going to do Monday and they were able to move it today because tomorrow I'm going to an escape room.
Nice.
So I couldn't miss it. It was a family thing. So they were very kind to move it. So thanks, guys.
And we were going to do an interview with Helen today. That was the whole thing. Yeah. But we're going to push that back later into the month of September. I'd love to tell you what's coming up for September, but I don't know yet either. I know we've still got a month of this, so we're doing all right. Right then. It's time to call it a day.
Okay.
Let's all go and have lunch.
Yeah, and let's get out of this really hot room.
Really hot room is what it is. We might go back to our other room.
I have to say, as much as the room is very cool, it is so hot in here. I don't know how you do it every day.
Jewellery Maker have got they're coming out soon. Oof. It's every day, as you say. Every day I'm here.
Hey, does anyone know who my T-shirt is?
I recognise the cartoon. Yeah. We'll quickly leave it open. Does anyone recognise
my T-shirt?
The T-shirt that we've got going on. Going to a drag bingo later.
Oh, cool.
Lisa,
that sounds amazing.
Lisa, where's drag bingo? Because she's local to here.
Oh, that sounds so cool. I love that idea.
Where's drag bingo?
Do the drag queens read the bingo out, or are they performing while you're playing bingo?
I'm guessing they'd do bingo, but I bet it'd be filth.
Oh, I bet it'd be amazing. I went to bingo one time in my life, and people take it super seriously, and I 100% wasn't taking it seriously, and I missed like a couple of times I could have shouted bingo because I was like, and I should have bought the dotty pen. I tried to use a biro and it just didn't work. I should have bought the dotty pen.
And if you have all 6 tickets,
that's right.
It's Maguire. There you go. Look, that is who's on the top.
Yeah, he is. He's
a
on my
new name
t-shirt.
as well.
Oh, fabulous.
You bring a lot of new people to the party.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. And can I say, it's really wonderful that Adam does this. It's really nice to be able to communicate with you guys and be able to share all our love of craft and get to know new people, as you say. That's really nice.
A lot of new people coming every single day, and a lot of people watch this
Fabulous.
back as well, which is nice. So if you're not watching us live, a lot of people watch it back.
Brilliant.
Right, it's time for us to go. I am going to play Helen's music because it took me ages to make it.
So 3 and 5. 3 and 5.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that was me echoing.
I'll put the volume on in a minute. 3 and 5. I'm on from... You're my first show?
No, 3 and 7.
3 and 7.
3 and 7. He's
I
on at
start
5.
at 5.
He starts at 5.
I've got 2 hours of
3,
hunky dory.
7, 3,
And then 2 hours of hunky dory, then it's you, and then another hour of hunky dory.
3 and
Is what
7.
I've got. 3 and 7. 3 and 7. I'll be on the 7 o'clock show. It's a pub called the Fox and Goose.
Oh, that's cool.
Washwood Heath.
Nice.
Never heard of Washwood Heath, but it
Nice.
sounds good. Right, and I'm going to love you and leave you. I will see you tomorrow. It's just me and you tomorrow. There's no cat because it's bank holiday and she's off.
It's a bank holiday.
It is time. I've never had one in nearly 9 years. But it's just me and you. We'll go for a little tour and we'll have a proper catch-up about everything that's gone on and why I weren't doing the show on Friday and about the hospitals and stuff like that. Thank you both. We'll be watching later. Thank you both. We'll see you at 3 and see you at 7.
Thank you.
Start from 5, though, because that's when I'm on. Start from 5
We'll
o'clock.
just watch from 3 and continue to watch.
Yes.
Or 1, to be fair, because the channel starts at 1. So in a minute.
I think really should promote from 1 o'clock. I should. Promote from 1 o'clock. Right then, I'm going to put this slate in. And then I'm going to mute the mics, and then I'm going to play... Oh, actually, we'll play Helen's music now. We just won't talk over it. So if I press that... Oh, you can hear jingles. And then I'll press this. Right, I'll see you tomorrow, all. Love you. Bye.
When the clock strikes 12, it's time for some fun. Crafting adventures for everyone. With paper and glitter, the magic begins. Helen's our guest, let the sparkles spin. She loves Disney dreams and crafts galore. Between 12 and 1, there's so much in store. So wave your wands, let the colors flow. It's craft o'clock, come on, let's go. Hey! She loves Disney dreams and crafts galore. Between 12 and 1, there's so much in store. So wave your wands, let the colors flow. It's craft o'clock.